So yeah, now that the inner workings of my head are starting to make some movement and my brain cells are becoming active.
Finally.
With no technology of my own or instruction from anyone within my vicinity to teach me that sort of thing, since no one was really doing those type of vocals, I had a very hard time thinking of how this person was screaming, how he was making such a low voice. How do these vocals sound so aggressive and beautiful? And back then, I had no knowledge of things like compression, distortion, grit, screaming, growling. All that didn't exist to me yet. So after just a very short period of thinking about how to do this and trying it, I was like moving my throat in different ways and nothing happened. I had no idea what I was doing. Now to think about it, it would be kind of funny to see that from a third person point of view. So I moved on to the next thing, which I knew I could do, which was writing. This is the start of my writing journey. Not me writing my own songs, but taking songs that I knew or had heard and trying to remember what the lyrics were. We lived in this country-ish area, big pasture. We had like 6 horses, chicken coop, 3 dogs. So I would disappear into the woods around noon after lunchtime with this little notebook that I had gotten for Christmas. I'd go climb a tree, sit on there, a branch for hours, just write down songs. And I would just try and think, oh, so they put this here, they have this, and they have this 4-liner chorus here, which I didn't know it was a chorus at the time, and that repeats 3 times, or that. I just started figuring out the structure and the format that people had written their songs in, and I did that for quite a while. It got to the point where I'd spend so much time doing just that in the woods. My parents actually got law enforcement involved. I heard screams and whatnot, or call outs, and came back before anything really got into motion. Just to give you an example of how long I was gone. Now fast forward away from 5th grade and onto my 6th grade year. This is going to be towards the end of my 6th grade year. I went to public school, and then some incident happened where I usually sit on the bus. I'd missed school that day, and some kid had brought a gun to school, and it accidentally went off and shot the kid that sat in what would usually be my seat. So pulled me out of school that same day. So I had all my best friends from back then that I couldn't even say goodbye. Good thing is though, years later, towards my senior year, we actually reunited on Facebook, video call and whatnot, and they were all still the same people that I knew, and we were all excited to talk to each other. Just a little info. That's pretty cool. Now, I'm doing this homeschool program at home, and my mom and dad were at work. We have a desktop. Now I actually have a piece of technology to help myself out here.
And I was like, yo, I can actually help myself here.
So I looked up tutorial, how to growl. And it was this one tutorial, the very first one I clicked on, it was teaching you how to bark like a dog, but to emphasize the R sound, like the R, and you just really crunch down on that, and you add power, you project. Once that becomes comfortable for you, just expand. You start adding words, you start speaking with that sound. I learned how to shape my mouth to get lower and lower, and I picked it up instantly. Within the first 30 minutes of trying, I was already growling. So this is one of those few things in my life that I just picked up instantly. My talents before any of this music thing was just drawing. I could pretty much draw, confident that I could draw anything that I see very well. Here's a couple pictures from my 5th grade year that I had drawn. Just a little insight for you guys. But yeah, now that I had gotten this growling down, which that's all I could do at the moment, but still, that's a huge step I really felt like it was meant for me because of how easy I got it down. And as you guys know, tutorials, they're like, you know, try it for this many days, or it may take weeks or months, throat not hurting, nothing. It was just, I felt like, yo, this is me.